Hello Year 7, welcome to the last lesson in the village project. Got some big news coming up about the village, but before we get to that I'd like you to do now, which is relates to the wind in the willows as usual. So heed the call now ere the irrevocable moment passes. 'Tis but a bang of the door behind you, a blithesome step forward, and you are out of the old life and into the new. Then some day long hence, jog home here if you will, when the cup has been drained and the play has been played, and sit down by your quiet river with a store of goodly memories for company. Now I want you to that's almost an extract, isn't it? Not a quote. I want you to find a phrase in this quote that supports the theme of adventure, and then perform a quote explosion. I mean, there's loads in there, isn't there? Heed the call, the irrevocable moment, a blithesome step forward. There's so find a 2 or 3 word quote, perform a quote explosion, and show how the quote that you've selected supports the theme of adventure. And when you send me your work, as a lot of people are, send me that too. I do like reading the do now. Some of you go to an awful lot of trouble with them, which I always reward, and it's lovely to see. So 5 minutes to do that, and then on to the next slide. Got some news coming up. Well done, Year 7. All your hard work, the letter writing, the protests, all the commitment and the planning has paid off. The runway is not being built. I got a letter from Boris Johnson this morning to say that he's a very busy man, obviously, with all the everything that's going on at the moment. But he took time out. He was very impressed with all the work that you've done, and the village is saved. Well done. That hardly ever happens, Year 7. So well done. Congratulations. So what we're going to be doing today is writing a celebratory speech. So just put into your books, writing a celebratory speech. That's the title. As I've already said, Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister, has written to us and said that because of our passion and commitment to the village, he has decided to cancel the building of the runway. Everyone in the village is incredibly happy and relieved. Spelt that wrong, haven't I? Tonight there is going to be a gathering in the village hall to celebrate. Certain people, and you are one, have been invited to speak because they were heavily involved in the campaign to save the village. Exciting times. There's a big knees up, a party in the village hall. Imagine what that would be like. Everyone would be so happy, weren't they? They thought they were going to have to move away, get their kids into different schools, get different jobs, not be anywhere near their friends anymore. And now all of that pressure has been taken off. Everybody's ecstatic as they get to continue living the lives that they loved in the village. Here's some guidelines as to how you want to do it. Describe how the uncertainty. This is a celebratory speech. So from whatever character you are, I want you to write it from their point of view. But what I want you to include is that piece at the top. Describe how the uncertainty over the runway has affected you and the villagers. You could write about the atmosphere in the village as we awaited the news. Remember how tense it was, and everyone was walking around with sad faces and couldn't make any plans for the future. It's very, very stressful, went on for a long time. And then you could write about the things that were done to try and save the village. We had the protests, we had the letter to Parliament, we had various other things, and you can invent some that we didn't actually get to do, if you like, as well, and put them all into your speech. And then the impact and the uncertainty and the final decision to cancel the runway had on you. So all that uncertainty, and then suddenly, as you've just found out, to realise that it's not going to happen, and the effect that that's had on you. So here's an example that I've done. It's not the whole thing, obviously. It's just the start. Thank you so much for inviting me to speak to you all. I am overwhelmed by the news that the runway will not be built over our beautiful village. As the owner of the pub, I'm at the heart of our community and have witnessed the impact the uncertainty over the future of the village has had on all the residents, both young and old. So that that's the type of thing we're looking for. That's merely the start. I would expect about half a page, Year 7, and do send them to me, because as I've said before, the favourite part of my day under these new circumstances is reading all the work that you send me when I get it at the end of the day. I find it very gratifying. So there we are. Listen, enjoy that. Any questions, as ever, email me. Have a lovely half term, and I will speak to you after the break. And well done for saving the village.